Joyce Farkas from Joyce Farkas Fluid Art here. I just thought this morning I would show you something that I do to clean up old paints. I never throw away even just a little drab of paint. I use them for my pours, like a Wanderlust pour or an open cup pour. Or a straight pour, whatever technique I feel like doing. So anyway, I just kind of combine colors until I get something that I really like. Like, look at this really pretty purple. Isn't that pretty? It started out as a pink, and I added different tones of blues and a couple purples and ended up with that beautiful color. Isn't that pretty? And then same thing with this. I added different tones to come up with my own custom color. And this is what I use for my pours. So for example, I'm working on this green color. It's kind of a green aqua color. It's beautiful. And I just had leftover paint to create the colors. So this is metallic cobalt blue, which is a beautiful color, but it's left over. Once I get my colors all in here, depending upon their consistency, I may add a little Floetrol, or sometimes I even add water because I need to thin it down. But that's a beautiful color. Look at that. Gorgeous. So I just thought I would kind of show you what I'm doing. So here's some blue left over from my last pour. Thick. So this was a very dark blue, very metallic. I even add piggies into these if I have leftover piggies, which right this minute I don't really have anything mixed up, but it is so much better to use fresh paint. Pardon me, I'm having it's that time of year for me. Lots of drainage. So here's leftover dark blue. Let's see what color this is. Phthalo cyan blue. And I added that. Looks like we got one more here. We got an ultramarine blue. Add that in. It's so much better to use fresh paint for your paintings, but I have found that pours tend to be more forgiving of the paint. Ooh, that's pretty. So I've got a little bit of green here. I've got some, I think I'm going to hold on to that one. And got a little bit of aqua green. I'm going to add that to this green. It's not that much. It won't change the color that much. There we go. Still pretty, still very pretty. Gold. I've got a little touch of white. Which one do I want to lighten? It's a little pearl white. I really like that color. I like that color. Like them all. So I got silver, grayish blue. I might make another color. We got a Payne's gray. That might be fun together. And the silver. Let's see what that would do. I'm curious what that would look like. Not that I need another color here, but again, we're trying to use up stuff. So we got grayish blue. We got some Payne's gray. Just a touch. See what that gave us so far. I'm curious. Kind of a bluish color. All right, let's put this pearl white in. I mean, it is just a drab. Okay. It's like a heather blue. It's pretty. You can see that. All right, we're gonna put this silver in. I'm gonna do it. See what that does. Hope it doesn't turn out to be mud. Another thing you can do is if you don't like what you end up with, oh, that's pretty. If you don't like what you end up with, add some fresh paint to it to create what you want. This is like a really sweet, really nice heather blue. And it's got shimmer to it too. Isn't that pretty? So, again, I cleaned up all these old paints. And yeah, I might have used them again on something else, but why not mix them up into something that I can create a new painting from. So there I have a burgundy, and I have this heathery blue, and I have this aqua green. Kind of looks like a phthalo green, and a nice aquamarine blue color. And I have this lavender and this scarlety color. It's very pretty. And then I have a little tiny bit of leftover gold that I might use up. And again, I might not. I like keeping my 24 karat gold on hand, so that might just do the trick. So I've got a little bit of green here. I think I'll go ahead and use those two greens up in that aqua green here. Not that it needs it. I don't really want to change it, but I'm going to use this up. And I will show you the picture painting when it's all done. I will try to remember to record it. And if you know me, you know that that's sometimes an ordeal for me. Not remembering. So it's still pretty. Got those colors mixed into it, and it is still a pretty green. So there you have it. So I will be back in a few, and we'll put this down on the palette or the painting and see what we come up with. Hang tight. Okay, so I came back for just a minute because I want to show you one more thing. Some of these, the consistency is a little thick. I like them, I don't know if you can see, but I like them to mound on mound. If you can see that or not. Very hard for me to show you that. Oh, let me try to get a little closer. Okay, so I like that one pretty good. That one looks pretty good. But because most of these are mixed for blooms, I would like to add a little bit of Floetrol and some GAC 800. I can get it open. There it goes. Just a splash. That will also thin it down just a little bit. If I need it, if I need it thinner, then I just add water. I want these to swell up a bit on their own. Again, that's a mound on a mound. That looks pretty good. This is a little thick. So I'm going to add some of this. Floetrol. Just the American. And just like a teaspoon of the GAC 800. Still a little thick, so I'll add some water. Just a little bit at a time until you get what you want. That's about what I like. Let's see if I can get it near where you can see it. There we go. Like that. See how this one looks. This one's really thick. Floetrol, little GAC. This is probably gonna need a little water. I don't measure. I measure with my heart. And when it feels right, when it looks right, I just go with it. So that looks pretty good. That looks a little bit better. Let's see if I can show you this one. Okay. Ooh, that one's really thick. And this was, none of them had been mixed before as a pour color. So they were all mixed for blooms originally. So you gotta add some Floetrol, and I think the GAC just makes it more consistent, more flows nicer, and I don't get the crazing and the cracking if I add the GAC 800. Very nice. Again, let's see, hold it back here. Love that color. That one looks pretty good. This one had been mixed before for a pour, so I didn't add a lot to it, so I think it's okay. And that one too, it's already thin. It was mostly pour color paint anyway, so I'll leave that one as is. So we'll be back again. Stick with me. Okay, everybody, I think I've got everything I need here. So this is all the paint I just mixed up. I'm going to start with this gold. Whatever you put in your cup first is coming out last. So I want some gold, just a little bit. So we're going to just pour a little bit in each cup. 2 cups should nicely cover this canvas. I gotta move something out of my way. Here we go. So just gonna pour the paints in. I'm gonna do a Wanderlust pour on this. So I will probably have paint left over, which I don't want, but it's there for another pour. I'll just cover them up and use them another time or tint them again. There we go. Let's put a little more gold in there. Enough there for one more go round, I think. Thing keeps spinning on me here. All right, choose up our gold. It's so wonderful it's a great feeling to use up your paints that you've mixed up, and you no longer feel guilty about them, and it just feels really good. So all right, I think we got enough. Go one more round here. Drop these out of the way. So we're going to do a Wanderlust pour. This is a pour that I learned this past summer from Mina Villegas from Mina Villegas Art. She was at the Fluid Art Boutique, and she taught this pour, and she was such a delight. I loved her. I loved working with her. Whew, I don't know if I'm going to get them all in. Just going to put a dollop of the pink because I really want that green in there. It's so pretty. Okay. All right, so we have our cups. Extra color there on the canvas. Today I'm using my Promar 200 as my base coat. Just actually, you know what, I'll move this way. So I have to tell you a story. So I mix up this Promar, and I use it as a base coat a lot for my pores because I really like it. It's inexpensive, and it's my favorite. Anyway, let me show you. I mix it up in this great big tub. Okay, I have black, and then I use their white. The recipe I use is on the description page of my videos. Anyway, I mixed up white and black the other day. I went to lift the tub of white up onto my shelf, and unbeknownst to me, it had split on the bottom, and paint was pouring out the bottom. I had a freaking mess, as you can well imagine. So anyway, we're going to get started with our pour here. I'm going to pour it off that gold side. So you want to pour, get down close to the canvas, and you want to walk it forward. You want to go kind of slow. And then I just kind of flip it over. Isn't that cool? It's very cool. Actually, I'm going to move this over here. So the second cup we're going to pour this way, kind of a yin and yang. You want to get as close to that edge as you can. And here we go. Don't want very big white line, so it's best to pour right up against it if you can. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Mina uses a golf ball, but I just like using a chopstick, and I just kind of, where that middle runs through there. Kind of do something like that. Let's see if we can make that a little bit better in there. I like that better. Let's see about here too. Okay. Gives a little more paint on our canvas there. Promar here. Let me give it a stir. Hang on. Alright. Just going to add it to my edges here so that my design doesn't roll over itself. So the fact that that big bucket of white broke on me is why I have all these little cups filled with white Promar paint. Because I had a freaking mess, as you can well imagine. Alright, I'm just going to spread that out a little bit. I'm looking at it to see what I want to lose and what I don't want to lose. This is so cool here. I wish I didn't have to lose it, but I probably will. I'm not as fond of this area down here with the red, so I'm going to start there. And it's very close, so I'm going to start there and push that off first. All right. Kind of dip it. Bring it back to the middle. I think I'm going to come down to this end and run that off. Choop. There we go. It's a lot of paint, so I'm just going to start running it off. Colors are really pretty in this. Set her down for a minute. I don't like. I don't think there's anything I don't like. This pour is so cool. I always end up with something that I love. Don't like that green as much on that end. So I think I'm going to lift it up and let it go that direction a little bit. There we go. And it stretch out in the middle. I love this orange down in here. Between the gold and the pinks, a touch of red, it just is really pretty. Oof, I think that's pretty good. And I think I might tilt it back the other way because I don't like that bottom over there. You want to try to get off a good bit of paint because otherwise you're going to have it crack on you. Oh, that's pretty. Push it back the other way a little bit. It's funny, the green, the aqua green color was so pretty in the cup, but I'm not liking it so much when it's just solid. I like how it mixed with some of the other colors. Take that off down there at the bottom. It's pretty cool. I think I want to try to get that green off that bottom too. I don't like that bright spot. Almost. A little more. There we go. That's better. That's better. Oh, love it. Love it, love it. I think I'm going to I'm going to go down with it now, just a hair. See if I can get rid of that little wave at the bottom. Don't really like that. There. That's better. All right, I'm gonna call it done. I like it. I like it just the way it is. All right, I'm gonna torch it. Take care of a couple places with the bubbles. It's got a couple spots I don't like. I'm just gonna try to bury them. Might come up with more when the torch hits it. Go. All right, torch. It's bubbling up a little bit, but that's okay. It's gonna make cells. And I personally love cells, so. Alright, see how that does. Alright, I'm going to stop here and get you down and take a closer look at this.